Welcome to Barrow in Furness. Now you cannot deny I take you to some wonderful, glamorous places on this channel. I've taken you to the wonderfully hot Costa del Sol. I've taken you to the industrial wasteland that's Arnwick. I've taken you to the middle of nowhere for Hoscar. But today, we've had parakeets, we've had magpies at seagulls. Today I'm going to try and not get radiated as I'm going to go up the Cumbrian coast, Costa del Nuclear, as I visit two stations on the Cumbrian coast that are very piddly. I only get 5 trains a day, and we're getting 2 of them northbound because one of the southbound trains has been cancelled and my plans at the Swanee. As the seagulls ring around my head, welcome to Barrow in Furness, Barrow in Furness, Piddly stations. Let's do this. I can hear some music. So there's our Sharabang, and it's the 10:22. There's one as far as Whitehaven. I know, Workington, I believe, today. Member of train crew being unavailable. Shock. So the plan today is to get on this. We're going to get off our first Piddly station, and it's a channel first. It's also a request stop. I'll have to request that. Hopefully it'll remember to stop. So we're going to get off at our first stop, which is, I want to call it Greystones. It's Braystones. We'll get off at Braystones. We'll have a look around. We've got then about an hour and 45 minutes then to walk the 1.5-ish up to the other Piddly station, which is Nethertown. And when we get there, I'll explain to you why they're Piddly, and you can see why they're Piddly. Anyway, let's get on the Sharabang.
The northern service to Whitehaven. The next stop.
So that was Green Road, technically a Piddly station, just over 6,000 people use it, but we haven't got enough time to see it today. Maybe one day we'll visit Green Road. So that was Drigg, 5,500 people. It is Piddly, but again, we ain't got no time for that today. Thank you. I'll see you later. Ta-da. You know what I'm gonna say, don't you? This is Piddly. Oh my, this is wow. This is unbelievable. Welcome to Braystones. There goes the train. Someone got on. Oh my God, we just talked to the guard there about, she was saying that most people get on here more than Nethertown, which we're doing later. But someone got on. I'm just going to sell a ticket, and I'll tell you, I've also bought a ticket. So there's 3 people going to contribute to the station stats for next year here at Braystones. But what a beautiful, beautiful station! And oh wow, I'm absolutely gobsmacked. This is stunning. And let's go for a bit of a walk round a Piddly station. So welcome to Braystones. I want to call it Greystones, call it Flintstones. But Braystones, it's right on the Cumbrian coast. We are between Barrow and Carlisle. We've just gone past Sellafield, that was the last stop. And this is as piddly as it can get, really. We are situated and sandwiched between a caravan park and the Irish Sea, and luckily the tide is out because that's going to help me walk to Nethertown. But what a wonderful location this is, and I can see why there's a caravan park here. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me just flip the camera around. This is the Irish Sea, so we're looking down there towards Millom, and it is an absolutely glorious setting here. And it really is piddly, and we'll talk a little bit more about it when we get on the platform. Wow, I've just Sandersoned. So here's the line from Lancaster. Well, I traversed it this morning as far as Barrow to change there, and I've come all the way up to Braystones here. This is the Carlisle to Lancaster timetable. And we look for where are we now? Here's Braystones. It gets straight at 6:33, 11:42, which is today cancelled. Your next one southbound isn't until 16:05, and then after that you have an 18:34 and a 20:34, and that is your lot. Then northbound 7:57, 11:26, where we just got off. 13:07, that's the one we're catching from Nethertown. 14:16, 17:11, 20:15, and 20:44 on a Saturday only, so they change Monday to Friday, Saturday only. And on a Sunday, 10:01, 12:33, 16:35, 18:35 towards Barrow, and then towards Carlisle, 10:50, 14:09, 18:58 and 18:19. My favourite poster, onward travel. There is none, as usual, for a piddly station. So with the station house behind me, I'll give you some station stats. Last year it saw 1,476 passengers, and at the end of this episode we'll be doing a league table, but it definitely is piddly. There's no point even going in, it's just a caravan park. Bar's not open, I've been told either. Lucky I brought some refreshments, because now I've got to walk about a mile northbound to our second piddly station of the day. But that's Braystones. Incredible. Like I say, the next southbound one of 5 a day, cancelled. I don't know if it's P-coded or member of train crewing. I think it starts at Barrow today, so member of train crew available. But that doesn't bother us, because we are walking to the next stop of Nethertown, and so far it's running. And it says on the post behind me, Nethertown 1 1/3 mile. Let's see if we can get some shells for the wife. Well, as I walk on what is probably so far the most picturesque of piddly stations, as we walk away from Braystones, there's nothing there. That's it. Like I say, there's nothing there. There's a caravan park. And the nearest road's about a mile away, so there's no point walking. There'll be no bar open. I've got refreshments, it's fine. But we're walking along the Cumbrian coast. It's mad to think just what, a mile or two down there is the most radioactive part of the country. Beautiful. Didn't get a tan, unfortunately. But we're walking on a beach to our next piddly station. I know this track was battered a few years ago, one of the many storms that we had, and it has been rebuilt or re-defencised, whatever you want to call it. But you can see why. Like I say, the Irish Sea is right there. Tide's out. I didn't even check the tide times, and that would have been a bit of a boo-boo, wouldn't it, if the tide was in, because I think I'd struggle to walk up to Nethertown. And but yeah, it's got to say, you know, last episode we were in the barren, nearly nuclear wasteland of Hardwick, and today look at the sun shining down on us on Costa del Cumbria. Beautiful. It's actually warm as well, and it's not even 12 o'clock. A rare sunny day in August. There we are on the Costa del Cumbria. Time for a can, I think. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, isn't it? Eee! Jellyfish, or if you want to be Cymraeg. Well, I heard someone call it Sglefren Wibbly Wobbly, Pysgodyn Wibbly Wobbly. It's not, it's Sglefren Vor. So if you hear Pysgodyn Wibbly Wobbly, like Macrodon, being called Pop the Ping, behave, will you? It's a Sglefren Vor. Look at the size of that. Wonder how many else we can find. Jeebies, you find one, and then I've just realised I've walked, there's one there, I can see 2 or 3. You can just see them shining away. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe the threat isn't the seagulls, but what is that? Oh my, the size of them. Oh, good size of that one. And then, oh, this is a channel first. Who needs David Attenborough? You know what? When he, God rest his soul, passes on, I'll take his job. Oh my, there's another one here. Oh my days, size of these ones.
On the beach of the Cumbrian coast lays millions of jellyfishes.
What is that? Jellyfishes? Jellyfish eye? Second language English, what are they? But anyway, less of the jellyfishes. Let's have a beer. Last time I had a beer on the channel was on the Costa del Sol Cruz Campo, €1.10. Well, Tesco have started selling them. Cheers. And just in the distance you can see Nethertown, and we are waiting for the southbound service to pass, but we've got to get up to that platform. Oh, we've got half an hour to do it, so plenty of time. Well, I actually stumbled on Nethertown. A bit bigger than Braystones. Nice. What little village, look at this now. There you go. Braystones 1.5 miles. It's 1 3/4 or 1 1/3 on the other side. Some of these 3 miles. But yeah, very pleasant little hamlet of Nether Hamlet. It's not a town. It's a hamlet, or a village, Nether Village. And here we have it. There's a silo in the back, but there we are. This is the approach. Not quite the totem pole that we're used to, but the old sign and Nethertown. And look at the approach to this station. We didn't go out, obviously, the other side of Braystones. But this has got to be what's called Station Road. I know many a station road, and this has got to be one of the prettiest approaches to a station I've seen so far. And I've been to a few stations, especially over here. And as the Irish Sea looks inviting, it isn't, but it looks inviting. Let's go down towards the request stop that is Nethertown. I really adore, this is the whole point, I really adore a little station like this. You know, I lived and grew up on the Cornwall Valley line, who, if you look at like the late Jeff Marshall and Jen on the Move did a video of it a couple of weeks back. You know, these little request stops, these piddly stops, piddly stations, they are absolutely beautiful. They can be in the middle of nowhere, you know, and they've got nature right next to you. Like I said, we've lost our only request stop at our depot now, and that's beautiful as well in the middle, you know, Entwistle. But this is the reason why I do this series. So just to show you that, you know, if you come here for a couple of hours, have a bit of a walk, bring a beer with you or a picnic, and yeah, just come and see it. Stunning. Useless information, more like. Right, have we got any onward travel? Can't see it. I wonder if it's... Oh! Right, well, useless information. Bus or a taxi? Yeah, well called. There's no taxi numbers. But I don't actually think there is a onward travel information poster. Is this a series first? Let's cross. Let's look towards the Whitehaven direction. Nothing. I'll look towards Barrow. Nothing. But I think, is this? It is. It's the first station without a onward travel information poster. I won't look at the timetable. I've told you 5 trains a day called at this station. It's the same pattern as there is in where do we say? Braystones. I want to call it Greystones. It's Braystones. No, there is no onward travel information. Oh, what? Wow, that is a series first. Oh, well, I can tell you now, it'll be just like Braystones. There'll be no buses and no taxis. Well, there you go. But I've just seen, oh no, doesn't matter where I go. There's my home depot. So, there you go. We've done 2 Piddly stations, but we've not talked numbers yet. We'll come to that in a minute. These 2 stations, like I say, they're here for a reason. You've got caravan parks, but there's one right next to Braystones. Here, this is a bit more secluded. You can never tell if you got off here. You can never tell. There's a little town over there. You got your coastal path. But yeah, this is Netherton, Nethertown, whatever you want to call it. So we've got about 13 minutes to go. And on a channel first, we have got to put a hand out to request it. Wow, not done that since Kilgetty back in 2018 with my daughter. Went to Folly Farm, so I've got to put my arm out to stop a train. Let's do this. So Nethertown, Netherton, I don't know what you want to call it. It is a little bit more piddlier than Braystones. So last year it received 1,412. So like I say, at the end of the episode I'll put a league table up of the Piddly stations we've visited so far. And yeah, not a lot of people get off here every year, but I mean, what, 3 or 4 a day? But so far, I'm the only one. Who knows? We might get a Joe Public joining us, but I doubt it. Anyway, so there we have it. It's took me around about 4 hours to get up here from home. We got off obviously at Braystones, had a quick look there, had a lovely walk up the coast, up here to Nethertown, Netherton, I don't know what it's called, but again, these 2 stations are here for a reason. They get passengers. Someone actually got off at Greystones, which even the guard was surprised. The guard was absolutely mortified when I asked for it as a request stop, so that tells you something. But it's just clouding over a little bit now, but it's beautiful here. I've enjoyed this brief little quick visit up the Cumbrian coast. I wish we could have done Drigg and Green Road. We'll do that one day. They're a bit closer together, so I'm sure we'll get down them one day. But I hope you've enjoyed it. It is, come up here, come for a walk, get off at, you know, Braystones, Greystones, Flintstones, whatever it's called. Walk up the coast with a beer, see some jellyfish, be David Attenborough like I did. But as I wait my train up to Whitehaven, because I need a little bit of lunch now, it's been about 5 hours since I've ate, from a wonderful Cumbrian coast, I'd really recommend you come up here and have a look at it. Until the next episode of Visiting Piddly Stations, ta-da!